So, welcome to Matt and Hermione. Thank you so much for doing this interview this morning. We are just going to be chatting a little bit about the Alpha course. And the Alpha course is a course that is designed to give you space to ask some of the bigger questions of life and to have a conversation about it. And with us entering yet another lockdown, it feels such a great opportunity, and perhaps where there is a little bit more time and space just to pause and to ask some of those bigger questions. And we've run the course previously. We ran it last term and Matt and Hermione took part in it. And we're about to relaunch the course again at St Werburgh's. And so I just wanted really this morning to ask you, Matt and Hermione, a little bit about your experience of doing the course. So firstly, why did you decide to do the Alpha course?
Yeah, so I think one of the reasons is I think we've both been brought up in a Christian background, but for me personally, over the last couple of years, my faith has probably been a bit wandering and not as maybe strong as it has been in the past. So I think for me, that was kind of one of the reasons.
Yeah, for me, I think it's we've over the past few years, we've been quite busy in our lives, and we've actually struggled to kind of really get stuck into churches and get involved. And I think it was a good opportunity to actually come back and remember what we believe and why, and kind of just get to ask those questions again and kind of reaffirm what we believe, really.
And how did you hear about it?
Yeah, so we'd actually been watching the sort of St Werburgh's online church for about maybe a month before we heard about Alpha, because our situation is that we don't actually live in Derby. We live near Cambridge, but we are moving to Derby. So we knew at this point that we were moving to Derby. So because of lockdown and everything's virtual, we obviously had the opportunity to kind of try out a completely different church in where we want to be. So yeah, that was what happened, and we saw the Alpha advert the first week and we didn't really think anything of it, and then we saw it the next week and we thought, well, actually we think that would be something that might be really, really good. And so I think that was one of the reasons we decided to do it in Derby rather than in Cambridge, because it's really meant that we can start building relationships with people and start meeting people before we actually even move, which is a pretty amazing thing to be able to do. So.
Brilliant. And so how did you find the experience of doing Alpha? Were you glad that you did it?
Yeah, definitely. I think we both found it really, really helpful. I think it's just a space to be able to sort of explore things, and you just, in your groups, you just feel really, really comfortable to be able to like ask any questions or share things or talk about anything at all. And I think even though it was over Zoom, we still, developed really good relationships with people, and we felt really comfortable sharing. So I think it still kind of had that essence of like just being a group of people just meeting and chatting together. So it was really, really good.
Yeah, I think we just really enjoyed it, really, and it was just like you say, a safe space to ask whatever you want, really, any questions you got, and you don't really need to worry too much.
Brilliant. And have you found that the course has impacted your life at all?
Yeah, I think it has, definitely. I think we've just been more open about talking about faith and sharing things, and I think it's helped us to really feel like this move is the right thing. It's a bit crazy, moving across the country in a lockdown, but I think through the process of doing Alpha and exploring our faith again, it's just helped us to feel like we just don't have sort of doubts and that kind of thing. So that's been really, really good. And for me personally, it's kind of given me that encouragement and that boost that I needed to seek some counselling for some things that I need to. And I think I possibly wouldn't have necessarily done that without Alpha. So that's.
Yeah, and I think for me, it's really just been helpful to remember sort of where I fit into life's kind of those sort of questions that you have niggling at the back of your head, and just any sort of doubts and stuff, and just being able to just explore those further and actually be able to move to the next level. Really, it's been really
brilliant. So if someone's kind of sitting here now watching this interview, perhaps someone who's come and got a bit of Christian faith, or it might be somebody who doesn't know if they believe in God at all, or kind of feels actually that they know they don't believe in God. What would you say to someone about doing the course?
I think I would say like it's a really, really gentle process. Like everything is kind of explained. So you kind of get to understand everything. And the film series that we watched through the sessions was just really, really inspiring. Like they went to some amazing locations, and so just watching those, it was really, really gentle, and you don't need to know anything to be able to do Alpha. And I think you just develop relationships and get to know people, which is a great part of it anyway. So I think I would say like, and also you can always just come for like, if you're sitting on the fence, just come for like the first session or the first two, and you can just see what it's about and sort of then make your mind up about whether you want to continue.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with what you said, really. Just this really friendly environment to learn, ask questions, and yeah, you just able to explore what faith is about, and yeah, I'd highly recommend it. So, and what have you got to lose? I'd say.
Yeah, and I think if you're like sitting on the fence, I think when we were deciding whether to do Alpha, we kind of found loads of reasons why not to. We just thought we don't even live in Derby, and you know, we've both done it before years ago, so we thought we shouldn't be doing it again. But actually, you know, we just thought, let's just do it. And I think if you're sitting on the fence, I think just go for it and don't worry about all those little niggling reasons, because I think you'll have a good time.
Fantastic. Thank you both so much. So if you are interested in doing it, or just like to know a little bit more, then have a look at our church website, stwderby.org. And we're going to be relaunching the course on Monday, the 18th of January, 8 p.m. on Zoom. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.